Greetings everyone! You're watching the channel Aviation Obsession. The Boeing MQ-25 Stingray is an aerial refueling drone developed as part of the Carrier-Based Aerial-Refueling System program, which evolved from the previous unmanned carrier-launched Airborne surveillance and strike program. It had its first flight on September 19, 2019, after undergoing taxi test and receiving certification from the Federal Aviation Administration. So, in today's video, we'll talk about MQ-25 Stingray features and future. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for future uploads. Without further ado, let's get started. The MQ-25 is divided into two main parts. The first is the MQ-25 Air System, which is also known as the MQ-25, and the Unmanned Carrier Aviation Mission Control System, which are needed for carrier integration and command and control of the MQ-25 air vehicle and payload. Regarding the design, the Boeing MQ-25 is propelled by a single 10,000-pound Rolls-Royce AE3007 turbofan engine. This is a different version of the engine that powers the MQ-4C Trident for the Navy. The aircraft is less stealthy than flying wing UAV. It does have a V-tail, a flush inlet to protect the engine blades from radar, and a stealthy fuselage shape. In 2021, the Stingray performed its first aerial refueling with an F-35C Joint Strike Fighter, the third aircraft type to receive fuel from the Navy's first unmanned system slated to deploy in a future carrier strike group. The most recent refueling came during a 6-hour test flight on August 18, 2021, during which the MQ-25 successfully refueled an E-2D Advanced Hawkeye. The E-2D was updated in 2019 to have the ability to refuel in the air despite not being designed with this feature originally. In addition to the aerial refueling test, the MQ-25 has been quietly going through further testing in order to be introduced to the fleet. In 2021, this aircraft was also carried onto the Nimitz-class USS George H.W. Bush CVN-77. The Navy will begin investigating how the drones will be integrated on board the ship, including moving them around on elevators and in the hangar deck, but they won't be tested in flight from the carrier just yet. Now let's take a look at tankers' future. The U.S. Navy's new unmanned tanker prototype will take off from American aircraft carriers in 2026. Despite the fact that testing is still ongoing, the tanker platform has potential for the Navy. It has the ability to increase the current carrier air wings range without using a pilot. According to Vice Admiral Scott Kahn, the Deputy Head of Naval Operations, the MQ-25A's development must continue to ensure that it can work within the air wing, fly up to 500 miles away from the ship, and pass gas on the way out. According to a press statement from the Naval Air Systems Command, adding a persistent, sea-based tanker to the carrier air wing will enhance the use of combat strike planes and extend the range of aircraft carriers. The Stingray's unmanned status might provide the Navy a stealth advantage. Because it lacks a cockpit, the Stingray may appear smaller and stealthier to hostile radar than a large tanker aircraft, increasing its survivability. It won't be long before the tanker is flying over the ocean. Even if the MQ-25 Stingray isn't yet in use by American warships, it will also be the first active, carrier-based unmanned aircraft with aerial refueling and intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities, enhancing the capability and adaptability of the carrier air wing and carrier strike group. While it may be unusual to see a drone hoisted onto a supercarrier at the moment, if the MQ-25 program is successful, these aircraft will be a key component of future carrier air wings. In short, the MQ-25 is a critical step toward carrying out further air combat activities that can be carried out by carrier-based drones. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button and remember to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to leave your comment below if you have any suggestions or a certain topic to discuss for the next video.